Oh, here we are in the new year. Woohoo! Oh boy, another fucking cock-sucking year. You know, I've put this off for so long. I mean, today, right now, is Australia Day. Happy Aussie Day! Can't. How many immigrants have you beaten up today, huh? Oh, man. What a year it's been already, hey? Oh, all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Wow, this sort of thing has never happened before. It's never been a crazy time in history, except for the time of my life since I became an adult and aware of the news and the constant doom scroll feed that I am subjected to. Oh man, but before then it was okie dokie. Yeah, anyway, I guess getting off social media was probably the idea. I feel like I'm just still hopelessly stuck on the likes of 4chan and Facebook. And by the way, 4chan is definitely nicer than Facebook these days. You know, there's definitely been a I can't believe it, man. Sometimes you see on 4chan, people are like, "Oh yeah, man, you know that thing's alright. Eh? Oh no, if they did it like that." Honestly, it makes sense because Facebook encourages engagement, but like you can make money off Facebook, I guess, for all your likes and having eyeballs on your screen, and having it's not really division, but it's just like swinging so far to one side or the other is what gets the votes. You know, you're just like, Trump wants to just eat babies live on TV, or you're like, Trump is the fucking second coming of Christ, and he's the one that's gonna get it done. Either way, whichever side you have a boner for, that's what's getting like clicks and engagement, and that sort of thing. It isn't on 4chan, and even if you do that sort of thing on 4chan, like what do you even get out of it? Just a bunch of views. You just get a bunch of replies. You can't get like money out of it, and like people going to your profile and finding your merch and buying your boner pills or whatever, so that every time you see, well, I don't know, either ICE or their protesters, whichever side is swinging on whichever page, you get a raging bone and you're like, oh yes, these guys rule. Anyway, happy 2026, everyone. Oh man, it's just so fucking crazy, eh? I feel like just being like a real hippie. Like I got this, I've got these like dreadlocks wig. I felt like just throwing that on and being like, oh, smoking a J. Oh man, it's just fucking crazy, eh? Over the past like 8 years, man, it's just been fucking crazy, eh? I feel like a year will occur and everyone will be like, oh my god, this year's terrible. What a fucking crazy year, blah, blah, blah. 10 years goes by and everyone looks back on it and goes, oh no, man, that year was awesome, eh? The world went to shit just after, but that year was the last good year. That was a fucking good year, eh? 2016, oh yeah, man. With the whole fucking start of the division of the culture and David Bowie died and fuck, I don't know, there's a bunch of mass shootings and some wars and more escalation in the Middle East and blah, blah, blah. All this kind of thing. And what else? Yeah, and you know, the election and like the whole Hillary Clinton versus Trump and having to watch all that and be like, oh fuck, who do I vote for? Lucky I'm Australian. That means I don't vote. Yeah, that whole thing. Oh no, that was a pretty good year, eh? Yeah, pretty crap year for films as well, I'd say so myself. But yeah, Happy New Year. You know what, guys? I'm confident that 2026 is going to be a fantastic year. There's going to be something that happens, and everyone would be like, oh man, actually this year's been pretty cool, eh? They managed to resurrect those people protesters that got shot. Oh wow, I didn't think we'd figure out a way to resurrect the recently deceased, even after they got shot in the face. But oh fuck yeah, man, it's pretty cool. And they use it to bring back Hitler or something. I don't know. Actually, no, it has been a pretty crap year because you know who died recently? You know what celebrity died? He was killed by ICE. The actor Isiah Whitlock Jr. is his name. You want to know what I said when I first heard the news about this? You want to know what went through my mind? You want to know how I responded when I found out about this news? I said, shit. When God took away his life, he was like, shit, got your ass. Anyway, so that happened. Well, moving on to Australian politics, I guess. This should be a little bit of a preamble. Maybe I should get more into this because I'm trying to look into like the nitty-gritty details. But I don't think I'm too fond of this new hate speech bill coming out just because a bunch of Jews got shot. Now we have to be like, don't you talk shit about the Jews anymore, eh? No more joking about... You're Canadian all of a sudden. No more joking about the Jews, eh? They're a fucking endangered species. They're bloody... You lock up all your... Don't you talk shit about them even in a jokey way, eh? You get on social media sending jokes about, don't like Zionists to your mates, sending memes about that. We'll come to your house and have a knock on your door. Oi, mate, you talking shit about Israel. Praise be unto him. You better knock it off or you're nicked, mate. Throw the cuffs on him. Not sure if it's Australian or British, but hey, I guess we are turning into Britain then with these new hate speech laws. I just wanted to see, like, specifically if these hate speech laws were like actually stating, okay, if you really have a go at anyone, especially Jews, and you're really like, I don't fucking like them, eh? I want to kill a bunch of them. I got a plan. Then I understand if you get like arrested for that. Then you're just like, I was actually talking about in Minecraft, eh? Can't fucking lock me up then. No, they will anyway. I've seen it happen. But if it's just hate, like just being like, fuck these people, I don't like them. Really? Like, I know that's not kosher, but why can't I? I'm not gonna do it. I love Jews, I swear, don't have a go at me, Albanese, please. Oh no, there he is at the door right now. I mean, can I even make jokes? Because like half, I got a fringe show coming up, and half of my jokes are going to be on the Jews and the whole Gaza situation, and where's the like kind of fine line with like criticizing just specifically a certain kind of Zionists who are just very, whatever, bombing children and so forth. Like, if you're like, I hate these people, are you still going to get a knock on the door and like cuffs on your wrists? I don't know, but I just don't like any particular hate speech laws because I'm a very hateful person and I like to make it known, so why can't I have a go? And it also seems like it's going to be very biased as well because it is just Israelis and I don't know, furries, whoever else, just Anthony Albanese in general. Yeah, it's bogus. I mean, I did hear in France now as well. I mean, this is Europe, so fuck that place. But like, people got arrested for like 7 months. Oh, they're on probation. I don't know, for 7 months. I should have fucking looked it up. But this is for like criticizing the Prime Minister's wife for saying that she's trans. They're just like, she's trans, eh? Oh, she's actually a man. Yeah, and they got like criminal prosecution. Well, that's not fucking very cool, is it? Oh, sacre bleu, I cannot believe it. They put the cuffs on me just for making fun of the PM. Oh, what was it that Voltaire said? Those you can't criticize can fuck you in the ass for 7 months. Oh, it's not fair. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. Especially when it's like, it's bad enough if it's like they're making fun of a homeless guy, and even then they get put in jail. It's like, well, come on now. I mean, I guess that's not cool. But this is the other way around. You're making fun of like the person in, maybe not the highest amount of power. You're just a prime minister, or like even if you're a president, so what? But you're getting nicked for that. It just doesn't seem. Seems pretty shitty to me. I mean, how am I gonna deal with this with all my good comedy on stage and everything. Oh, and all the jokes I make about Macron's transgender wife. Oh, anyway, so continuing on with fixing the world's problems. Here's a problem that I could fix in the world. In both America and Australia. Okay, here's the thing. With the servos, the gas stations in Australia, at a certain time, like 9 or 10 p.m., they lock the door, but if you want to get something, like petrol or a snack, you go up to the window and you just ask, and they give it to you through like a little chute thing, and you pay through that, blah, 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 right? So you have that until 5 a.m. or whenever. Cool. In America, they don't seem to have that. They're just like, come on in and rob us. It's 2 a.m. There's no one around. Here's the perfect time, I've got a full day and night worth of cash in the register. Come on by. You can bring all your guns. You can shoot me or whatever. Even if you have security guards there, they're not going to do anything about you. They're not going to shoot you. They're not going to touch you at all. They don't even have any guns. They're just going to scram. So there's that. And even in America, liquor stores, like they're open till 1 or like all bloody night. Same deal. Yeah, that's the American thing. You're like, oh, well, let's rob a place and get some money. Where shall we go? The liquor store or the gas station? Preferably liquor store, so you can grab some wine on their way out. Or some Pinot Noir for their road home. Look at all that money we have. No, not very much. Everyone uses PayPass these days. Oh, no. So, anyway, that seems to be the two ones, right? Or maybe a jewelry store. But, that's kind of more of a daytime thing. Because it's like, no one around. There's no people around, so less likely to... I don't know about less likely to have cops. But still unlikely not to have cops around. So yeah, you just waltz in and just do the whole deed and get out at 3 a.m. Whatever time, So yeah, you can do that. And then here in Australia, liquor stores, oh no, we close at like 11, 10, 9, 7 p.m. There's just none of that, We're not going to deal with this, even though we don't have guns. Not anymore, ever since Albanese bloody joy kill. So we don't even have that problem, and we still close early. But here's the solution to all this shit. Just do what the gas stations are doing in Australia. Why can't there be a liquor store in America and Australia open 24/7? Because sometimes at 2, 3 a.m., I'm not like jonesing to like rob your store. I just want some of your Shiraz. I just want to go in and get some wine, get some beer. I'm like, wake up shaking in sweats, like, oh, fuck, I need some now. Gotta go to work in 5 hours. I need somebody to get me back to sleep. So why can't they have that? Just walk up to the, they have like a bulletproof thing. You walk up, you're just like, I want my Cabernet. And, they do the whole thing. They put it in the chute. You pay for it. They hand it to you and that's it. You can't, like, shooting at the bulletproof thing, it's not going to do much. They probably still would close up shop, You're like, oh, you fucking pussy. Maybe not in America. I don't know. But, it wouldn't be a big deal in Australia because what are they supposed to do? Just punch it? Oh, I broke my wrist. Why the fuck not? I don't know. I haven't, like, Googled this or, like, AI'd it or anything. Like, why don't they do that? Why do they do that? What's the deal? Gas stations and liquor stores, they close so early. I need to get drunk and free. I don't know why, like, how come I'm not giving a speech at the UN? How am I not, like, there? And everyone's like, what the fuck? We got, like, a bloody Israel issue and free speech and ICE protests and all this kind of thing, and you're talking about this. You know what, man? Those problems, as much as we should talk about them in retarded fashion, like swinging one way or the other in very exaggerated, hyperbolic fashions, to like not to like gauge any nuance within these kind of scenarios and socio-political global issues. Instead, we should just do it in that exaggerated fashion so that we can generate more clicks in a cynical way and actually not give a shit about fixing these problems, but just get ourselves more eyes and likes and attentions and angry emoji reactions. But for this issue, I think everyone can get on board, man. Why can't everyone, why isn't this happening, I don't know, I shouldn't even be suggesting this, otherwise I'm going to have to bloody well be like, oh, I'm going to work till 4 a.m. at the bloody bottle store. Jeez, I better have a bottle with, you know what, that'd be all right. Like working at a bottle store on my own, getting drunk. Just like passing out, hear a knock on the window. Oh, fuck, what do you want? Yeah, that'd be all right. Go home and I'm like, I can't believe I'm getting paid for this. It's the best job ever. So yeah, man, I'm such a fucking blowhard, hey. Oh, man, I'm fucking making the world a better place, hey. Oh, I'll fucking come up with a fucking solution to this incredibly complicated problem in like a fucking afternoon. I'm fucking so smart, eh? Why doesn't everyone listen to me? As you can tell, I've like been out for some Aussie Day drinks and still going, and I'm drinking now. But I am making fun of this guy who literally says that sort of thing on Facebook. He literally says like, here's how we can solve the housing crisis, right? Fucking big brain on me, eh? Here's what you're gonna do, right? No tax, no mortgage. I don't know what exactly he says, but it's along those lines where it's just like, you know what? No interest. I don't know, man. Put that money into this instead. Just like, you know, just wild, like, $1 billion just being like, oh, don't put it, like billions of taxpayers' dollars. Don't put it there. Put it there. Don't put it there. Put it there. It's just like, you know, just like a little Facebook kind of post that looks AI generated. It looks like it because it's got all the like kind of dot points with the emoji things, and it's written in that way. And, you know, I guess if you see a Facebook post that's, if there's like spelling errors, it actually makes me think, oh, I guess you actually did write this. If it's too clean, I'm like, oh, well, you know, these like AI things, you know, eventually they're going to be becoming more retarded, don't you think? They're going to be like having spelling errors and grammatical errors, like a comma where there just shouldn't be. It's just a word too far in. You're like, oh, fuck. Whoa. So yeah, but this guy really has been doing it like a bunch, and he even like he's made AI. Have I talked about this? He's made AI videos of like these hot women who are like talking to camera and talking about him and being like, he is so smart. He has come up with a great new way to solve the Gaza issue. Well, maybe not that, but it was how to solve Bitcoin inflation. I don't know. It's just something along those lines. I can't believe I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. It really have been fucking seeing this kind of shit. And yeah, I get really angry. Like, it pisses me off. It's not like I've seen this and I'm like, oh, fuck this guy, and I like unfriend him or unfollow. I'm like, I gotta watch this kind of crap. It's just so awful. And then he also was like, oh, I got a TV show I'm making, and it's like, yeah, obviously AI, and it's like set in the thrift store, and yeah, that should go down well. I mean, yeah, obviously, if you post like AI kind of crap like that to like at least the Perth filmmakers community, I'm sure any filmmakers community in the world, like indie kind of crap, you know, the real grassroots kind of thing, they're just gonna, just about everyone's gonna shit their fucking cans. They're just gonna be, oh, it's AI, you fuck off with your AI shit, you pile of fuck. Because yeah, they certainly, it's understandable because, you know, they write crap and ChatGPT is going to get better than them eventually. No, I shouldn't be so cynical. But, like, yeah, they very much have a strong aversion to AI. For me, well, not so much, I guess. I have a strong aversion to bloody human-made content for the most part because it already is algorithmically made. It's just like, you know, at this point, like every show, not show, but like every movie just feels, what's it called? Uniformly paced, where every scene is the same amount of length. It's like 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minute. Like, it's like that. And it just sort of feels like it wears you down, you know? Like, I don't know, when, you know, to watch a good film, I'm not saying a good film has to have this, but like when there's just a scene that it goes on for too long. And if it goes on, or it's just really short, or there's like a more variety, a more dynamic pace as it goes along. There's like this big stretchy section, like, you know, that's more chilled out. And then there's like kind of a bit more of a story dump. There's a few movies like that. I think like Anora and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, just off the top of my head, like those are films that kind of have like a chill out period. And then a whole bunch of like, you know, stuff about the character, you know, and then another like kind of more chilled out. They have They're not like, okay, look, this is what the film's about. This is what the character's about. Here. 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. That's what an AI film would be. So, but you don't even need AI for it. You can have these cunt bags. It's just do it in that way. Okay, well, let's talk about. I've been thinking recently, and maybe millennials will remember this, and maybe they only have to be Australian. I don't know, because there's this music video that came out in 2001, I guess. I don't know, on 9/11. Do you remember the song "I See You, Baby"? Shaking that ass, like that song. You know that song, right? It's just like those are the lyrics of the whole song, you know, that kind of thing. It's not like it's stuck in my head. It's like I hate listening to it in my head and just thinking about just how. I'm not trying to be a prude, but I am thinking that song, not specifically, but it aided in the, in like strengthening to a ludicrous degree my horniness and libido in the formative years of my life. Because I was like, the sexed up culture was just like, don't you fucking look at my ass, look at this ass, would you want to fuck it up? That's basically the gist of the song as well. But anyway, I was thinking about how there was 2 music videos, and there was one of them, and I was thinking to myself, like, what happened in it again? I was thinking it was like, I thought it was a security guard who, he goes into work, the song's playing, you know, and he's watching like the TVs, and he works at like an art museum or somewhere like that, and then these people come in, and they're like, what they're going to do is like rob the place. They're going to steal these like paintings, artwork or whatever, some valuables, but they're going to have this distraction on one of the camera screens. There's going to be these hot chicks like dancing sexily and like shaking their ass, and then so they're doing that as the other guys are like stealing the paintings, but the security guy is too busy looking at the monitors with the girls shaking their asses, and he's all horned up, and he's like, ooh, ooh. He's just watching that, and he's just getting turned on by it, and he's not like seeing the paintings getting stolen. And then like he gets his dick out, he gets his micro penis out, and he starts jerking up, and he's like, ooh, ooh. He's like hunched over, and like you can see like a pixelated, but it's like really small. He's barely moving his hand along his like erect penis that's still smaller than the average man's non-erect penis, and he's got like his tongue sticking out. He's just going, and he's got like sweat beads like along his upper lip, and then he finally jizzes into like his coffee mug. He's like, oh. And then the girls like leave out of frame of the like the camera monitor, and then he notices on the other ones that the paintings have been stolen. And he's like, oh no! So he tries running out of the security room, but his pants fall down by his ankles, and he keeps tripping over. But oh no, it's too late. All these criminals, they've nicked the paintings, and they're long gone. Horniness wins again. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't exactly think this, but I just imagined all that anyway. But you know, I don't think I was that far off, because I was like, well, let me actually look it up on YouTube. I can just do that. So I did. I watched the video, I guess. And I wasn't that far off. So here's what it actually is. There is a security guard. He goes into a room with like monitors. And anyway, he's like set up hidden cameras in like the bathroom stall of, I don't know, a nightclub, I guess. I don't know. So there are like sexy women like dancing and shaking their ass like in front of the mirror, and like I think in like the air vent, and literally, quite actually, it shows this in the toilet. He's got toilet cams. It really is in the music video. So he's watching these, and he is getting horned up. He's like, yeah, I don't think there's really much of a story. I think they're dancing sexily and whatever in front of these like cameras, but then they realize the cameras are there, and once they do, he's like, oh no, the jig is up. So he like packs his laptops away and fucks off, and that's the end. You know, there's like less of a story than what I imagined. But I just wanted to say about all this, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. If there was like, I don't know, like a bit of, if it was a parody, like, okay, sure. Because that's what it seems like, just a parody of like the over-sexualized culture where it's just, toilet cam. I'm a security guard, I put a camera in the toilet. Watching women shit and piss. And this was back in like the early 2000s, so, you know, kind of ahead of the game. I mean, you know, toilet cams are ubiquitous nowadays. Like, I probably have one in my toilet at my home, and what the fuck is going on OnlyFans? Oh, where's my cut of the money then? But yeah, back in the day, you had to stick a whole, like, nitty DV camera disguise it as an air freshener, like a toilet duck. Girls are like, what the fuck? Why is... I can hear, like, the... of like the camera lens in the toilet duck. Why is it making that sound? I mean, I do remember like watching a lot of music videos as like in the formative years of my life in like, you know, the 9/11 era, and they were like just super sexual. They were just like, yeah, I don't know what it was exactly. I think it was just like, you know, like I was saying earlier, like there's always been crazy shit. Like, you know, 9/11 happened. Then there was the like Afghanistan war. Then in Iraq war, which Australia went in with, and Britain and everything, like a guy threw his shoes at George Bush. There was wild stuff going on back then, but it wasn't as into, like, obviously you could sit down and watch like 24/7 Fox News or CNN or whatever and be like, that kind of thing. But it wasn't as quite as internet-y back then. You had to dial in and jack in and all that kind of thing. So you could still just go outside and like be a normal person. So I don't know. I feel like the culture had more of a like, don't worry about this. Like, just look at the porn. Look at the, like, I don't know. The culture seemed more sexualized because I think, again, not to be a woke prude, but like it was just trying to distract everyone from like the war going on. And maybe it's like done that in a way where it's like, well, what are you going to do about it, huh? It doesn't matter. I don't know, because I don't see this quite as much. Like, even 10, 12 years ago, like, culture was kind of like, ooh, look at it, twerking and everything. And now I think it does seem chill, right? You know how Taylor Swift is shaking her ass on stage being like, look at my butthole. Look at me shit in the toilet. You know, these, who else is big at the moment? I don't know, but they're all about being like, oh, man, you know, it's fucked up with ICE, you know. I mean, I guess they are like social justice. I think that they're political commentators now. I don't know. What's worse, you know, like over-sexualized or being annoying cunts, you know. I just think it's bad for millennials because, like, you have to grow up with that sort of thing. And as a man, you're just like, you're just like you're made too horny, like even more horny than you would be before. And as a woman, it's bad because you think like, oh, well, this is what I got to do now, I guess, to just shake my ass. This is like my worth. This is my main worth. Even if I get like, you know, a fucking whatever degree, I don't know, I'm a fucking PhD. This is still the main thing that I've got to do, you know. And then as you become an adult and you realize that all that is bullshit, you're still like, oh, well, now the celebrities are retarded and I have Taylor Swift telling me about how to feel about Palestine and whatever. Shaking that ass. I see you, baby. It's not even like a good song. It is very, I don't know, yeah, for a techno song, just like deadening. It's just like, oh, it's just such a bummer, you know. It's basically a song for kids, you know. It's basically a song for kids, but with asses in it. I don't know. What am I? It's one of the, like, there was a lot of music videos back then that were just like, you know, people in the club being like, yeah, you know, look at her ass. Oh, look at her cunt. And titties. And that kind of thing. But this one, like, went a step further with the toilet cam. It's not even Japanese. Anyway, while we're on the topic of music, I have to say, man, because I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but like I kind of keep up to date with Pitchfork for whatever reason. I don't look at every review or whatever, but I just sort of see what's being reviewed. And if it's something that pikes my interest, I'm like, oh yeah, what's this? And whatever. And I have a look at the news and everything, right? But there's been a change. The times, they are a-changing. This is really the worst thing that happened this year so far. So, fucking So Pitchfork, the music publication with their reviews of albums and everything, which are on sort of the indie side, but really it's mainstream, but whatever. Like most of the time I just read like the top paragraph, the rating they gave the album, and be like, all right, I'm done. Maybe if it's a classic album, I'll read the review, and I kind of learned something. I do think the reviews can be pretty formal. They're not very like super opinionated. They're very easy in general, and like most things get a 7.5 anyway, so he even gives a shit about looking at what the score is, because that's usually what they get. They're not like they used to be, where it was like they would give something a 2 out of 10 all of a sudden, or like a 9.9 out of 10 or whatever, and just be really praising or whatever. Or they make like weird reviews. They have weird reviews that were kind of concerning, but they don't do that. They're very unexperimental. They're very to the point. And sometimes that's fine for a classic review, because you just want to learn about the context behind the album and blah, blah, blah. Like they kind of goes more into the history of the album rather than a reaction to it, I suppose, to a degree. But anyway, so what I was hearing last year was that they were like, oh, we're going to fucking celebrate 30 years Pitchfork's been around, eh? Next year will be 30 years, so what we're going to do is we're going to fucking have it so that you can make a review on the fucking website, and it will like have an average score for the album by the audience, eh? It's like, oh yeah, cool. Whatever. That's cool. You know, you got your one from the reviewer, the critic. And then, you know, one from the an audience score. Okay, ha, cool. Whatever, it's cool. Now that it's been rolled out, what it really is that you have to pay $10 a month, or maybe $5 a month, to get that kind of access. So that's what it is. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of bullshit. Whatever. If you really need to keep the lights on. But then I was also like, oh, now you can't even see the score that they gave the album as well, unless you pay that money. And now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You can't even read the review unless you go beyond this paywall. There's a paywall now. You only get your 4 reviews each month. You get 4 free reviews to read. You can't see the score. You can't see the audience score. That's it. For the whole archive. Not just new, for the whole fucking every thousands of reviews on the website. Cough up, man. Bloody hell. That is quite the change for a website to do. That is pretty intense. Like, if it was like to have something that's free for so long and then change it up, you know. I mean, if you really need, like, if you just put ads on the side of the website, then whoop-de-doo, whatever, who cares? Like, I know websites where they're like, you better not be using ad block. And I'm like, all right, fine. I have to turn it off to use it. And I'm like, it's not impeaching on my web using experience, so it's fine. Whatever, if you really need to keep your bloody lights on. There's all sorts of ways that you could do this, like putting everything behind a paywall. Whew! Man, way to bring in the new year, huh? Oh man, it's pretty cooked. I know they gotta make the money, but then again, like, you know, come on, it's fucking Pitchfork. Like, do you really need to? And for them to be owned by such, like, I can't say for sure, but I mean, they're not fully independent. Oh, I know they're not fully independent. They're very much bought out, owned by Condé Nast or whatever. They've got the money. They just want some more, man. They want some bloody more to send to their Israeli fundraisers. They're just gonna have more. So it's pretty nuts, you know. Like, I mean, like I said, I've been keeping up to date with this website for so long, just looking at mainly just the scores, and I can't do it anymore. Well, then I'm not bothered. I can't be bothered using this website anymore. Like, way to go, man. Like, don't you think this seems quite controversial? I feel like they're gonna perhaps. I'd imagine that they would backflip on this. Have some sort of compromise where you can read the reviews. I guess pay money to rate and get access to whatever. Something along those lines. Or just have ads, I don't know. Or just bomb the web, just nuke it, who cares? I don't know, but rest in peace, Pitchfork. I mean, that's really got to be it for them. I don't know. I just really look at this like that's really shooting yourself in the foot. So Good on you, mate. All right, well, that's my Australia Day done. First podcast of the... I thought my New Year's resolution was going to be to stop doing this podcast. Because I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting any bloody subscribers. No one's listening to me, eh? Or why even bother fucking doing it? The only reason I would do it is I don't do a podcast just to have people listen to it. I do it for the money and the women. And if I get enough of that, then... it's good enough for me. My New Year's resolution apparently is to stop exercising. I'm just like, oh, I can't do it. It's too hot. Fuck. I mean, I need to, well, my real New Year's resolution is, giving up Adobe Suite. They gave me 60 days free when I tried to quit. I was like, oh, cool. So I've got that until, I better find out exactly when, but it might be early February. I better get this sorted. Don't want to be spending $100. Like, fuck. Yeah, that's for sure. So I'm going to do that and replace it with just whatever other programs. Like, I can't be spending this fucking money, man. Especially when, God damn it, if only you could just... This whole subscription-based thing is bullshit, Why can't I just outright pay it? Anyway, whatever. Good night, people. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy bloody Valentine's Day. Happy International Women's Day.